Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, everywhere you want to
be. And welcome to the Visa Halftime Report, guys. This is DC Wars MTA back with you once again. And what could be an option other than taking the metro or bus daily to work? Well, if you guys have no clue, well, how about the Potomac Water Taxi Service, which is more than a recreational boat that tourists flood to every year to see the cherry blossoms, and sports fans used to cruise in Nats Park and Audi Field. It's also a useful transportation system for commuters. And this one person, Rita Abu Samra, takes it to work herself. And currently the water taxi operates between Georgetown and the wharf in D.C., National Harbor in Maryland, and Alexandria in Virginia. The National Harbor to Alexandria service began in 2008 and expanded to the wharf in 2017. And Mary Ronaldo, the regional vice president of Entertainment Cruises, says that we launched the water taxi service in response to feedback from the guests and city contacts that were looking for efficient and more environmentally friendly alternatives to the traditional transportation services on offer at the time. In 2018, it serviced about 250,000 riders. From the Potomac Boat River Company, it operates the water taxi and is courting commuters. And currently, the website has an alert that reads, Alexandria commuter service begins Memorial Day. Update schedules becoming soon. And that service upgrade coincides with the metro shutdown at the stops between National Airport, which started on Memorial Day and will last another few months or so till September 8th. The shutdown will cut off one of the main entry points between Northern Virginia and the district, and the water taxi could help to fill the gap for some riders. And the schedules determined by demand as well as local restrictions and regulations. And they recently approved to operate commuter runs prior to 9:30 a.m. during the metro shutdown, which will add 4 runs between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. To commute by water taxi, it helps to live and work in or near areas by the riverfront that are within the boat's reach. Currently, Rita knows 2 regular water taxi commuters other than herself. One takes it from Georgetown to the wharf, and the other, who is technically her commute buddy, is Soyoon Kim, an architect who works in Old Town Alexandria, and she lives in Navy Yard and takes the DC Circulator to the wharf every day, where she hops on the boat, and Rita herself goes to the wharf to catch it. Rogers Ferguson asked Rita, like, are you telling your friends about us? And by the way, if you don't know, Rogers Ferguson, a retired veteran and native Washingtonian of 53 years, and he thinks that the water taxi has the ability to fully utilize the river, as well as respond as a need for more transit options. One sentence he said was punctuating his words with his hand gestures of a water taxi commute. And Rita's commute requires a transfer, which always includes the element of surprise. While trains will technically run 48 minutes during rush hour, water taxi headways are currently around an hour or more, though they come more frequently during prime days such as the Cherry Blossom Festival. Rita's commute by water is a 25-minute one-seat ride with no traffic or other train on the platform kind of delay. And to plan her commute for the day, she uses real-time apps like Transit, where she usually uses all her options, including scooters. For the taxi's real-time updates, there's a tracker available on their website. The taxi offers its own card or printed booth ticket, but does not use SmartTrip at the moment. And Ronaldo did say that we would love to accept SmartTrip if the demand is there, and there's something we continue to explore and evaluate. And she says that they'll grow the service as the demand allows. The season pass for the water taxi is just below $200 and operates between March 1st to January 1st, and that falls in the vicinity of what Rita's monthly online commute from DC to Alexandria costs. And other cities have commuter water taxis as well, like Baltimore and anywhere else around the U.S. already have their own versions of water-operated modes of transportation. Vancouver's privately owned Aquabus started with offers tour boats and water taxis as well, and today it has 8 stops along False Creek with certain vessels carrying bicycles, strollers, and wheelchairs. The Ferry Building, a San Francisco landmark that on the National Register of Historic Places, has various lines that sprout out of different parts of the Bay Area, and also has multimodal hub potential. And it connects to the historic streetcar as well as nearby bus routes and Metro Bay Area Rapid Transit, the BART rail. And there's also late bus who missed the last ferry. Washington State has also the largest fleet in the U.S. and can accommodate passengers as well as automobiles. Seattle's famous for its ferries, which grew out of private companies that eventually merged under Washington State Department of Transportation, like the WS-DOT light instead of MC-DOT, which currently operates them. They have an elaborate schedule online that keeps riders informed. And Venice runs on boats along the Canal Grande that operate in a bus-like manner, like the Mofoscafati are similar ones that are able to pass under low bridges and in narrow canals. The Vaporetti are the bigger and taller boats that are able to carry more people, and the Motornave are the even bigger boats that carry people through large canals with no bridges. And some ferry services even connect continents. Istanbul's ferry sails to the Bosphorus Strait and the city Asian side with its European one, as well as a few islands that do not permit motorized vehicles. The Potomac Water, back to the Potomac Water Taxi, is lots of potential. All the cities have utilized water to create a service that better serves their dwellers. And similarly, the Potomac Water Taxi has the potential to connect more than the current 4 points that are close to the water, though sometimes requiring additional infrastructure to provide safe and quick access to the docks. It serves additional locations could promote connections that do not exist at the moment. An existing north-south connection of the wharf at Alexandria National Harbor could add a buzzard point to the mix. An area that is adding more people and could develop as it develops, and it could benefit from greater connectivity. It does stop at Navy Yard and Anacostia too, and the Roslyn area, so you have 3 metro stations to connect to. As you can see here, up top is the Roslyn area Candy Center, near Foggy Bottom, and then Navy Yard and Anacostia near the Green Line. And the east-west connection could link Georgetown to the Candy Center and Roslyn, in addition to the Diamond Teague and Navy Yard, with Buzzard Point as a transfer between lines and Hill East in the future. This connection could also provide better access to and from neighborhoods of the Anacostia River. And for now, Renato says that the primary focus on delivering an exceptional guest experience across the current network, whilst they have no plans to expand the routes at this time. They're open to explore new opportunities and help better serve the local community. Still, with its 4 stops located in major commercial business hubs, many of us can ride the water taxis today. What would it take for you to use it? To be honest, is there anywhere else you think the water taxi should dock? And that's what you should leave a comment for, guys. Leave a comment down below where else a water taxi should dock itself, and what would you take it for? Like, what would you use the water taxi for, essentially? So that wraps it up, guys. Thank you guys for watching this week's halftime report, and we'll see you guys actually starting at Foggy Bottom for the second half.